Let me do this again. I don't think that I was quite ready. Walt, are we ready? We're ready. Better. Welcome, Rotarians and guests, to our Monday meeting. Today, we have a very special meeting as we induct Dick Wolff to be our 109th president of our esteemed club. Unfortunately, we lost one of our Rotarians this week, so please stand for a moment of silence to honor Dr. Charles Koba, who passed away July 5th, and then please remain standing for our reflection delivered by Pat Sheehan, followed by Marvin Whitfield leading us in the pledge.
Let us pray. Dear God, thank you for this beautiful July day in Toledo and all its blessings. July marks the beginning of a new year for Rotary. As we make this transition, we thank you for blessing us with Sharon and her outstanding leadership for these past 12 months. God, we know you are saying, "Well done, my good and faithful daughter." We also thank you for bringing Dick to us as our new leader. We know you've passed along much wisdom to Dick over the years, and he now stands ready to lead our club to even higher levels of service. We also thank you for our new leadership team and ask for a good dose of wisdom and energy for our entire Rotary Club as we strive to make a difference in our community. Bless our fellowship today and bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies in your service. Amen.
Thank you, Pat and Marvin, and certainly thank you to our sponsor this month, which is the Rudolph Livy Group. I will miss many things, but what I will not miss are these hot lights up here until you guys stand up here. You don't know, when the air's not working. Whew. So we have no visiting Rotarians, but if you have some guests, would you please bring them to a floor mic and introduce them? No guests today? Dick, do you want to introduce your guests? Okay. All right, no guests today. Andy Fox, would you like to come to the mic for an announcement?
Good afternoon. This Thursday, we have the Rotary Golf Outing, the 9-hole scramble at Toledo Country Club. It is $45 per player, and we also have cocktails and hors d'oeuvres afterwards on the back deck at Toledo Country Club for $15. That will cover all of that. So it's like buying lunch today. To date, we currently have about half the field. 48 is the max. They are primarily Rotarians. We have 3 guests, including 2 of them that I'm bringing. So that's really where we need to push for everybody else, is to bring potential Rotarians to the outing. 9-hole scramble, ton of fun. If you don't play golf but twice a year, come on down. Doesn't matter at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Another great opportunity for fellowship, and as Andy says, if you don't golf, well, you can try. And if you don't want to try, you can meet us for cocktails at 7:30 out on the back deck. I have 2 official acts as your outgoing president today. First, I'm really excited to award 3 Paul Harris Fellowships on behalf of your board of directors, and secondly, swearing Dick Wolff in as your incoming president. Could I have Rachel Hobson, Brent Kuzno, and Zach Isaac join me at the podium, please? Rachel, Brent, and Zach, Today, you are being honored by your club for your contribution to our mission of service above self. The Paul Harris Fellowship Award is the highest honor awarded to Rotarians. Paul Harris once said, "Perhaps dreaming is not so bad if one dreams good dreams and makes them come true." In Rotary, we make dreams a reality through extraordinary projects and efforts of Rotarians such as you. In recognition of your service above self, we are delighted to honor you with this award. Brent. Zach. And last but not least, Rachel. Thank you. It's wonderful when we get to honor our fellow Rotarians for the good things that they do in our club. Certainly, Brent and Zach have been instrumental in the growth of our club. Extraordinary. We have over 60 new members in this last year. And certainly Rachel has done such a good job with our vocational services and all our young people of excellence in our mock interviews. So we thank you all for your service, and it's quite an honor that we were able to do this. As a club, and thanks to you, we've really had a tremendous Rotary year. While I intended to recognize many of you individually, thank you for getting all the images to Walt, because he's put together, from what I hear, quite a great show for us today. So here's a wonderful review of our year in video.
The presidential end-of-year traditional PowerPoint usually has lots of smiling post pictures of those members active in and joining the club during the past 12 months. Something different this year, we will journey with Sharon Skilliter from the beginning of her club membership to the end of her presidential year. Yes. You will still see those post pics. Enjoy the tour.
Together, we lead the effort to eradicate harmful algae blooms from Lake Erie. Together, we lead the effort for life-changing early childhood language development. Together, we see solutions instead of problems. We are the 450 members of the Rotary Club of Toledo, a collection of community leaders in your neighborhood and connected to 1.2 million Rotarians around the globe, brought together to do one thing: make more good happen. Connect with us at ToledoRotary.org. Together, we are Rotary, and we are people of action.
Can't believe I won. There were only 1,000 tickets available.
And it goes to such a great organization.
Everybody
All right, girls, let's take this thing off the road.
Good night, Alex.
Thank you, President Sharon, for a fine year. Top-notch programs, terrific projects, and digging up Summit Street. A year full of surprises and delights, even though a bumpy ride oftentimes. A jolly ho and big thanks. Whoops. I think I broke an axle. And since I missed your birthday, a bonus surprise.
Today, we're here at your party, where we've secretly replaced your birthday cake with Donny Osmond.
Happy birthday, Sharon. This one's for you.
Sharon, it's your birthday. Time to celebrate and sing about who you. Come on, Sharon, it's your birthday. Time to sing and shout. Come on, it's what you gotta do. Break it down. Add another candle, another year it's true. 365 more days, sure looks good on you. Aw, Sharon, it's your birthday. Let's all dance and sing and shout your name. Oh, Sharon, it's your birthday. Love music's hot, it's time to rock. This birthday party won't stop. Now come on, Sharon.
I just wanted to say thanks. I'm glad you came along, partner.
Okay, well, where's the birthday cake? When's he coming out? Walt does this on his own time. He takes the time to try and get everybody in, and you have had such a busy year. That's why this one was fairly lengthy. But really, Walt, thank you for the work that you do. Yeah, I'd ask everybody to shoot Walt images of things that happened over the years, but it's really conspicuously absent are the pictures of bowling and golfing. I wonder why that is. We'll have to look into that. We have so many thanks to say today. Thanks to our service committees that awarded over $200,000 in grants to our local and global communities. Thanks to our club committees who supported our strategic plan and our board of directors with many club activities. Thoughtful reflections, constitutional stability, historic levels of new members, great programming, financial stability, increased visibility in our community by our marketing committee. You've seen the billboards, I hope, on the Together We Connect, Inspire, and Transform. You've probably heard the radio announcements on the radio, thanks to Andy Stewart. And you've probably seen our foundation video on the big screen in Promenade Park. So all great work raising the visibility of your Toledo Club in the community. But also special thanks to your foundation board, to our successful It's a Fundraiser, to the tremendous staff that we have here at our club, to our past presidents for their sage advice when called upon. To Chuck's Chuckles, we send you out with a smile, and I understand, President Dick, you're going to continue that. That's fabulous. And to Walt McGee and his crew for their weekly support and some entertaining moments. Walt reports that there have been over 4,000 YouTube views of our videos on YouTube since the first of the year. So I want a round of applause to everyone here who did such a great job this last year. Would Reg Jackson, Brian Kennedy, and Mike McIntyre join me at the podium, please? We're going to be minus Reg today? Okay. All right, that's fine. I have been honored and privileged to work with an outstanding and work for an outstanding board of directors. At this time, I would like to acknowledge 3 outstanding gentlemen who have volunteered years of service to our club and are terming off the board. Brian Kennedy. Mike McIntyre. And to Reg, in absentia. So thank you, gentlemen, very much for your many years of service to our club. Thank you. And now to this last and second honor I have today. President Dick Wolff, would you please join me at the podium? Oh, I forgot. Sorry. I can mess up. It's my last day, okay?
No. Well, here, Teresa, it's quite all right. It's yeah. Well, it's my honor every year to present our outgoing president with his or her plaque, and it's been my honor to serve with President Sharon this year. Her mantra has been, does it move the boat forward? And that's something we've all kept in mind, and the ship has certainly changed, and it has moved forward, and I think we can all attest to that. So thank you very much, President Sharon.
So much to do today, so little time. President Dick, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Dick Wolff, do solemnly pledge.
I, Dick Wolff, do solemnly pledge
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the Rotary Club of Toledo.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the Rotary Club of Toledo.
And that I will, to my best ability,
And that I will, to the best of my ability,
uphold the Constitution and the bylaws.
uphold the Constitution and the bylaws.
Dick, you've been elected to the President of the Rotary Club of Toledo. I hereby declare you and the new directors as being duly installed. And now, pass to you, President Dick, our gavel as a symbol of the transfer of the club's leadership. It is emblematic of your office and an expression of the members' confidence in your leadership. President Dick, please accept this gavel and this pin of your office and my very best wishes for a wonderful year that I know the Rotary Club of Toledo will experience under your extremely capable leadership. Dick, I know you will be the inspiration. No, thank you for everything.
Now, will all the past presidents of this club please stand and welcome Sharon to the group? And please recognize not only Sharon, who's done a tremendous job, but all of our past presidents. Now I get to do some installations. So would the following 2018-2019 officers and directors commencing service in those positions please rise and assemble together right up here with me. Tim Ryan, President-elect. Peter Handwork, First Vice President. Alex Dew, Second Vice President. Jim Kniep, Secretary-Treasurer. Directors Charles Asah, Janina Douglas, and John Roemer. And Toledo Rotary Club Foundation trustee Brian Kennedy, who just keeps on going. Fellow Rotarians, each of you has been elected to the Board of Directors or Foundation Trustees of the Rotary Club of Toledo. This is an indication of the esteem and confidence that our members have in all of you. We also believe you will uphold the high traditions of our club and the foundation, that you will give the best of your ability to the furtherance of the interests of our club and the foundation, and that you will carry forward the object of Rotary. So please raise your right hands. Will you fulfill the responsibilities of your term to the best of your ability and in accordance with the Constitution of this club or the foundation as applicable? If so, please say, I will. You are now installed members of the Rotary Club of Toledo Board of Directors and trustee of the Toledo Rotary Club Foundation. Congratulations. Thanks again. Okay. I have to be honest, I've almost never looked forward to something as much as I've looked forward to being president of this club, and I'm really very excited about it. But before I get started on my remarks, I want to draw attention to the three people that I was raised under in Rotary to become president, and those were Presidents Andy Stewart, President Stacy Hammer, and President Sharon Skilliter. As you know, it's a 3-year process to get here, starting with second vice president. And we all appreciate our past presidents and what they do, but until you're working with them week by week and see the dedication and commitment, I don't know that you can fully realize how much they do for this club and our community and beyond. So I would ask past President Andy, past President Stacy, and past President Sharon to please join me at the podium. As they walk up, just every president's different, and that's what's so great about this club. Andy and his commitment to Lake Erie and clean water, Stacy and her painstaking evaluation of club policies and practices to make them better, and Sharon with her graciousness and team building. They've all been real inspirations to me, and it's my pleasure to personally present each one of them today with a Paul Harris Fellow. I do have a way to introduce my guests. I've got some special people here, my family and my Spengler-Nathanson family. And so I'd just like to briefly introduce each one, if they can just stand and hold your applause, please, to the end. Tom Lupica, who's our administrative partner and primarily responsible for the purchase of a new building. We're moving into the end of this month, so it's a really busy month for all of us. Dave Smigelski, who's a Perrysburg Rotarian and a member of our management committee. Jim Jeffrey, my partner, who introduced me to this club in 2001, so I owe a great debt of gratitude to Jim. I wouldn't be here without you. Tom Backoff, who's just joining us for the ride, I guess, but it's good to have Tom at our table. And a past president. Gary McBride, my partner for many years, who is a past president of this club. Judy Cole, who's been my secretary, it seems like forever, Judy, that we've been working together and been a great part of our group. Jackie Goss, just about as long as our business paralegal and estate planning paralegal, and she's certainly helped me out through the years. My son Eric just happens to be in from Los Angeles for this week, and it's really a pleasure to have him here. And last, but most, my law partner for over 30 years, my marriage partner for almost 30 years, my navigator, travel agent, best friend, and kindred spirit, my wife, Sherry. Before I really start our remarks, I just want to make it clear and be upfront that when I was elected second vice president, there was no Russian collusion involved. And pursuant to the four-way test, I'm confident that each Rotarian only voted one time in that election. So, when past President Riaz Chaudhry caught me off guard 4 years ago and called me to tell me I was being nominated to become second vice president, I was surprised. It was not something for which I expected to be considered, nor something that I sought. I asked Riaz if I could have a couple days to think about it, and he, of course, said yes. I went home to discuss it with Sherry and told her I wasn't sure it was something I wanted to commit to at this stage in my life. And her response was quick and simple, and she said, "How can you not accept this honor? You have to say yes." And I knew immediately she was right. Thanks in large part to the people at this table and to others too numerous to mention, I have been a successful lawyer. 4 years ago, I was beginning to plan my retirement, thinking that by the time I reached 63 years of age, which I did this past year, I'd be slowing down my law practice, traveling more, writing, recording, and performing music, and having more time for myself and my family. But Sherry, with those few wise words, helped me to realize that this club had given me a special opportunity. It was time to move from a life of success to a life of significance. As Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And that's what Rotary is all about. The opportunity to serve as president of this club is one of the great honors of my life, and that's no small statement, because you're looking at a guy who was captain of his elementary school safety patrol, was Employee of the Week at Peebles Department Store in Williamsburg, Virginia, and on multiple occasions playing Monopoly, won second prize in a beauty contest. But seriously, this is a tremendous honor. There are over 33,000 Rotary clubs in more than 200 countries, and I've just been informed that the Toledo Rotary Club is now the 9th largest club in the world. There are approximately 1.2 million Rotarians worldwide, and the 440 members of this club are among its most dedicated and finest. Rotary is the most significant network in the world for the improvement of life and the solution of difficult problems. There is no comparable organization on this planet as persistently dedicated to service above self and the betterment of humankind. Rotary goes beyond talking about change, it makes change happen. Anyone who doubts this need only look at the clean water we've helped provide on every continent, the microfinancing we've delivered to give people a way to support their families in dozens of countries, and the scourge of polio that we are this close to wiping out from the face of the earth. Our own Toledo Rotary Foundation gives in excess of $200,000 a year to local 501c3 organizations. My predecessor, now past President Sharon Skilliter, has just completed a very successful year and has laid the groundwork for our club to reach new heights. With our strategic plan in mind, I'd like to present my 2018-19 goals for the Rotary Club of Toledo. They are ambitious, but with the high caliber of our executive committee and board, the talents of Kathy and Emily, the dedication of our committee chairs, and the support of all of you, I'm confident we will accomplish them. So goal number 1 is to continue to increase our club's membership while enhancing our membership experience. We wouldn't have gotten to the 9th largest club in the world without Sharon's leadership, without the great work of Zach Isaac and Brent Kuzno on the new member committee, and we want to continue that. And we want to do that by targeting new members who will be committed to Rotary. We also want to target demographic segments, businesses, and organizations in our community that are underrepresented or not represented in this club. We really need to reflect our community. We want to offer and promote varied committee, service, and fellowship opportunities. And we want to give committee and project leadership roles to members under 40 years of age because they are the upcoming leaders of this club. And if you look at our committee rosters the coming year, I think you'll see we did a good job in asking and getting acceptances from some of our younger members to chair some of those committees. And I'm excited about that. We really have some fantastic younger members and those of us who are not younger members. My goal number 2 is to continue our commitment to identify and participate in transformational projects. We first need to complete our current commitments to the Early Childhood Literacy Program in East Toledo and the Water Project in Honduras, and continue to support our district's ongoing efforts to assure the long-term health of Lake Erie. We also, very importantly, need to identify and define our next transformational project or projects. As you know, we've had the community conversations over the past few months. We need now to go back to the Strategic Planning Committee and vet those comments and take it to the board and then come back to our membership to vote on the projects that this club wants to get involved in that are truly transformational, that will have a significant impact on our community and perhaps beyond. We also want to analyze our current funding for transformational projects and determine if different or additional ways of funding are necessary. Now, goal number 3 is to promote the growth and scope of the Toledo Rotary Foundation. As I said, our foundation does a great job through our Foundation Advisory Committee and all the committees. We give away over $200,000 a year to organizations who truly need what we have to give. So I want to continue doing regular presentations of foundation grants at Monday meetings, have prior grant recipients talk at Monday meetings about the impact of the grant they received, and I want to keep promoting different ways of supporting the foundation on at least a quarterly basis. Goal number 4 is extremely important to me. I think it's very important to educate our members and the public about Rotary. I don't know about you, but when I'm out wearing a Rotary pin or a hat or a shirt, almost inevitably somebody says to me, I've heard of Rotary, what does Rotary do? And hopefully the person has a few minutes, because it's not always easy to explain or condense everything. But we're obviously leaders, people of action, who get together, exchange ideas, and make things happen for the good of the world. So I want to make regular presentations by and about club members and committees and projects at our Monday meetings to educate our club internally, because there are a lot of members here, especially new members, that don't know all the buzzwords and all the different things we do. I want to have regular communication of board actions to members. And for the public, we are going to develop and implement a marketing plan that promotes club projects and accomplishments, as well as the Rotary brand in social and traditional media on a regular basis. And I'm so excited to have Katie Hahn chairing the marketing committee this year. She is already up and running, and she's ahead of the game, and we've got a great committee, and we're going to be doing that. And finally, I want to promote the work and impact of Rotary International. My 5th and last goal is to leverage the power of Rotary by working with others. I'm not sure how many people know, but we have a President's Council, 9 area clubs, and we get together once a month as presidents-elect, and we inform each other about the projects and committee items that we're working on. We've got some great local presidents of clubs, and 2 or 3 of them and I have already gotten together a couple of times to start working together on 1 or 2 joint projects among these 9 clubs. And I hope to have some announcements about that soon, but we've got some exciting ideas. And pulling the clubs together, we can just accomplish so many more things. We're going to continue our participation with other Rotary clubs in international projects using district and Rotary international matching grants. You saw as part of what Walt put on, when we were in Toronto, we met with 3 members of the Sri Lankan Rotary clubs. And we've already done one project in Sri Lanka, thanks largely to President-elect Tim Ryan. But we've got some other things that we want to work with them on. They're going to present to us some possibilities for us to work on. We also met with a Rotarian from Cameroon, and we're talking with that person in the club down there about a possible polio immunization day in Cameroon this coming year. We also need to seek project and funding partnerships with other organizations and businesses. We don't just have to work with other Rotary clubs. We've got some great businesses, charitable organizations. We can pool our talent and our funding together and our hard work and really make a difference. Some of these things we hope will happen this year. Some may be so complex and difficult to put together. We're going to put them together, hopefully to implement them in the future. And finally, we'll be announcing soon a special Polio Plus fundraising event with a local business downtown. That's going to be a social event and a way to raise awareness and some funds for polio and present some Rotarian talent at the same time. So to accomplish these goals and move our club forward, I need your help. If you have ideas about improving our meetings, please let me know. If you have suggestions for projects or social events, I want to hear from you. If you want to lead or volunteer for a project or event, please contact me. If you have a complaint, that goes to President-elect Tim Ryan. To paraphrase Will Rogers, I never met a Rotarian I didn't like. Rotarians care. Rotarians are people of action who make good things happen. In this time of divisiveness and partisanship, Rotarians have the opportunity and the credibility to demonstrate that problems need to be solved and certain things need to be done to improve people's lives. And as we pursue our commitment to service above self, we will always make sure that how we act, what we say, and what we do is the truth, is fair to all concerned, will be beneficial to all concerned, and will build goodwill and better friendships. I've been extremely blessed throughout my life, and being president of the Rotary Club of Toledo is an extension of those blessings. I thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and I look forward to working with all of you as we make a positive difference in our community and throughout the world. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please join us next week when we have Speaker Robert Bradshaw from William Vaughan talking about the Tax Act of 2017. There are no committee meetings scheduled following today's program. And if my friend Chuck is ready, as he usually is, take it away.
Nice job, boss.
Thank you.
A pretty pathetic golfer. It's golf week in Toledo. There's golf happening all over the place. Golf has sprung out. A pretty pathetic golfer was getting frustrated with his lousy game and began blaming his mistakes on his experienced caddy. As the round came to an end, the golfer said, "You have to be the worst caddy in the whole wide world." To which the caddy replied, "I don't think so, sir. That would be too much of a coincidence." And finally, a woman and a friend are playing golf one day. One of the ladies is about to chip onto the green when she sees a long funeral procession on the road next to the course. She stops in mid-swing, takes off her golf cap, closes her eyes, and bows down in prayer. Her friend says, "Wow, that's the most thoughtful and touching thing I have ever seen. You are truly a kind woman." The woman replies, "Yeah, well, we were married 35 years.
Thank you, Chuck. So as we go from this meeting, thank you again. Thank you for being here. And to paraphrase Hill Street Blues, let's be servants out there. We are adjourned.